victorious in the first preseason game that was had early hours of this morning. We'll be bringing you that highlight. And interestingly, in the current ongoing Under-20 FIFA World Cup, Nigeria made it to the semi-finals, to the round of 16, and now they're making it through to the semi-finals. So we'll be bringing you highlights of those games as well. On the home front in the NPFL, that's talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League, National United still maintains their position at the leading pack of the NPFL table, while Eyimba follows second as well. And then in the EPL now, currently Arsenal is topping the EPL with 16 points, while Liverpool is following behind, and Chelsea is down at number 7 position. I'll bring you also the standings of all of these league games as well. So quickly, let's get into action straight up, as we always start from the home front, as Nigeria eyes podium finish at the Hockey AFCON 2025. Yes, Nigerians have always been always eye for a podium finish. So let me bring you up to speed with the report that says Nigeria is targeting another podium finish at the 2025 Hockey African Cup of All Nations, which will be happening in Egypt, with both the men and the women's national team set to represent. So we're looking at this extremely brimming with confidence ahead of the Continental Championship, as the president of the Hockey Federation of Nigeria, Simeon Okom, has expressed optimism that the country's representatives are fully prepared to make the nation proud when the tournament gets underway in Ismailia from October 11th to the 18th. After years of steady rebuilding, Nigerian hockey is set for its biggest continental test, as both teams aim to cement their resurgence with medals on African soil. Speaking in Abuja, following the weekend friendly matches at the MKO, that's Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Com said the Federation's comprehensive preparation program was designed to ensure the players were in a peak condition for the challenge ahead. The president also said Nigerians' recent progress in global and continental ranking reflects years of consistent investment in grassroots development. According to him, the country now sits 36th in the world, up from 56, while ranking 12th globally in the fastest growing hockey format. Then looking at all of this now, it's just interesting to see that Nigerian Hockey Federation is getting on the way, and we are seeing this significant progression based on the fact that we've seen lots of investments being done on the grassroots level, just like Shehu Diko always advocates for. That grassroots is very, very key in terms of developing sport. So moving on, let's talk about our own very own Lawal, who sweeps 3 silvers at IWF World Championship. This is currently going on in Norway. Nigeria's Rafayatu Lawal made history at the 2025 International Weightlifting Federation World Championship in Norway after clinching 3 silver medals in the women's 58 kg category on Sunday. Lawal, competing against some of the world's best lifters, became Africa's first medalist at this year's championship, finishing behind North Korean's Kim Gyung, who won gold with a world record total, while Tokyo Olympic champion Kuyo Hazun Chung of Chinese Taipei won bronze. Kim led Lawal by 3 kg at the half point and widened the gap to 7 kg after lifting 132 kg on her penultimate attempt, setting a world record total of 236 kg. The jury, however, ruled out her final 134 kg attempt for deliberate altercation. Lawal, who also lost a lift on jury review, finished with 101 kg in the snatch and 128 kg in the clean and jack for a total of 229 kg. Kuyo ended up with 96 kg in the snatch, with 128 kg in the clean and jack, and a total of 224. Congratulations to our own Nigerian, who is always set to making us proud and winning medals over and over again. Congratulations to Rufayat for this outstanding outing that she had. So moving on now, let's talk women's football as CAF expands WAFCON 2026 to 16 teams, which is going to be more interesting. The Confederation of African Football has confirmed that the Women's African Cup of All Nations finals will expand from 12 to 16 teams beginning with the 2026 edition. Next year's tournament in Morocco was initially planned to feature 12 teams with qualifying already at its second and final round. However, the expansion means an additional round of qualifying may be introduced, with 11 remaining teams expected to compete for 4 available slots. Further details are expected after CAF's Executive Committee meeting currently taking place in Khartoum. WAFCON began as an 8-team tournament in 1988 and maintained that format until the 2018 edition in Ghana. Then the 2020 tournament was cancelled due to COVID-19 pandemic before the completion to return with 12 teams in 2022. CAF has increased investment in women's football across the continent, with the prize fund for her most recent edition in Morocco raising by 45% to $3.45 million. So we saw how the trajectory expanded, and then the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Super Falcons rather, of Nigeria won this prize money as they completed Mission X. So the expansion now is going to tell more. Yes, the female league is growing and getting more tougher and more, interesting. But now, these individuals, most of them get to play internationally. They play for their club side. Now, the welfare of players, is it being considered? But another thing on the other end now is like the owners of these clubs, the owners of these teams, the private individuals that own it, says they get to pay these players a whole lot of money. And then creating more games like this is actually what is going to be helping them recover and also make profits when they get to pay the club sides and also pay their players. So we'll see how all of this will be panned out, because if you look at it now, in the whole career year, the players find it hard to even have a pure 8 weeks of time to rest. So which is something that needs to also be looked into if this expansion always comes timely. So we'll just see how all of this will pan out for every individual that will be involved in making this happen. So moving on now, let's talk NPFL. That's as Nigerian Professional Football League. Rivers versus Katsina United match called off due to heavy downpour. The Nigerian Premier Football League match between Rangers and Katsina United was cancelled off due to a heavy downpour at the National Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu State. This happened yesterday. The encounter was stopped at halftime as the rain left the pitch waterlogged. No goal was recorded yet in the game before the players were called off. The game will resume on Monday today by 8 a.m. The game actually resumed today, and then we are still bringing you live updates of that with the remaining half to be played. Rangers are aiming for their second win of the campaign after a poor start to the season. The Flying Antelopes occupy the 17th position on the NPFL table with 5 points only. So we're definitely looking at the standings now. Nasarawa United leading with 16 points with 7 games, and also we have Eyimba with 13 points, Abia Warriors with 12 points, Rivers United with 12 points, Shooting Stars with 11 points, Elkelemi Warriors also with 11 points, Niger Tornadoes with 10 points, Warri Wolves are all sitting at the number 8 position with also 10 points, Katsina United with 9 points, and Kwara United also with 9 points. So for Kwara United, they've been knocked off CAF, so we'll see how that would happen for them. Yes, like I was saying earlier, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria drew with Colombia to advance to the knockout round of the ongoing FIFA Under 20 World Cup, which is very, very interesting. Nigeria's Flying Eagles have advanced to the round of 16 at the ongoing 24th FIFA Under 20 World Cup in Chile, following a hard-fought 1-1 draw against Colombia in the early hours of Monday at the Estadio Fachal da Tala Stadium. The seven-time African champions delivered a spirited performance, with goalkeeper Ebenezer Harcourt making crucial save in the 23rd and 26th minutes to keep the score leveled during the intense opening period. Despite Colombians' early pressure, the Nigerians were the more enterprising side. The players, Suleiman Sani, consistently troubling the South American defense, and striker the upright on the several occasions. Colombian broke the deadlock in the 51st minute through Hernan Gonzalez, who converted from Nasser Villarreal's assist. Underrated, the Flying Eagles piled up on a relentless pursuit. Defender Odinaka Okoro came across with a header in the 76th minute to give Nigerians a persistent payoff in the 86th minute, when Captain Daniel Bemi calmly slotted home from the penalty spot after a Colombian defender handled Miguel's goal-bound effort. The Nigerian nearly clinched a late winner, but Anshi's shot in the 89th minute was blocked inside the area. So to show you how interesting this matchup has been, and how, though they started off slow, but now they've rekindled their faith, and then they are very, very, passionate and willing to go all the way out. I'll bring you a quick highlight of the game that was played between the Flying Eagles and Colombia as they settled for a 1-1 draw. Here's the highlight.
Place in the last 16 was confirmed, but now they have the opportunity to in the conversation.